School IARI to the graduation ceremony of second batch of Master of Science student of Afghanistan National Agriculture Science and Technology University, Kandahar, Afghanistan. Now I invite the student of PG School IARI to present invocation song. Now I invite dignitaries for lighting the lamp. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Now I request a student of postgraduate school to kindly present a bouquet of flower to Dr. T. Mohapatra, DARE and DG ICAR and chief guest of today's function. I again request to present a bouquet of flower to Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Please present a bouquet of flower to Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai, Chancellor, ANASTU. I again request the student to present a flower to Dr. A.K. Singh, Director, IARI. With the permission of Chair, I now request Director IARI to kindly give a formal welcome address.
Honorable Secretary DARE and DG ICAR, Chief Guest of today's function, respected Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra ji, Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai, Chancellor ANASTU, Kandahar, Afghanistan, Professor Anupam Verma, Advisor, ANASTU, Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean, IARI. We have Dr. Kuldeep Singh, Director, NBPGR, Dr. J.P. Sharma, Joint Director, Extension and Research, IARI, and many of the head of the divisions, faculty members, and dear students. At the outset, on behalf of the Institute and on behalf of my own self, I welcome respected Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra ji, who is the chief guest of today's function. Sir, your presence today is a testimony of your priority for human resource development and competence building within the country and outside. This is one program with which you have been associated since long. Similarly, we are running another program with Myanmar through a care program there also, and this program in particular, your focus has been all the time to support the educational program and link it with other programs of ICAR. We also welcome Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, to this function. Her presence today suggests her deep concern for the offshore programs in general and this ANASTU program in the particular. And I am pretty sure that your support has been so good and it will continue to be there to strengthen this program. We feel honored to welcome Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai, Chancellor ANASTU Kandahar. His presence with Mr. Asmat Nabi Hotki, ANASTU University Operations Coordinator, in the function today shows that he is quite concerned with this program, and you are coming second time. We heartily welcome you at IARI campus. I also welcome Professor Anupam Verma, who is advisor and who has been very efficiently looking after this program. And IARI always feels proud to get associated with ANASTU through you, and we find a lot of interactions coming forth, and the wisdom which you have, it's going to the program all the time. I also take the opportunity to welcome Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean IARI, who has been very closely watching this program with his team of experts here at IARI, and has been deputing faculty and all the head of the divisions which are concerned for this one. Today there are many people who are quite distinguished one who are associated with this program, but in particular Dr. V.K. Singh, head of the division agronomy, who has been looking after this program and involving his faculty. People have been going there and students have been coming here to get the courses educated through different kinds of programs in the campus. Dr. J.P. Sharma, Sri K.C. Joshi, all are welcome here, including the dear students who are going to get transcripts today. There are 18 students of MSc Agronomy from ANASTU, Afghanistan, who are receiving their MSc transcripts today. I am sure the participants have been immensely benefited at the institute. You are now IARI alumni. You are now charged with the responsibility of building a strong knowledge base in your country, and also have a dual role of playing as an ambassador for building relations with India in future course of time. There may be many areas. This is one beginning probably which you will carry the flag and will be able to take up many programs in our country and in your country also. I assure you we shall continue to nurture the relationship between two countries, and I hope that you, being the true ambassador of IARI also, will be able to take the signs what IARI has been aspiring with its long research programs and educational achievements. IARI, being one of the premier institutions, always feels pride to get associated with the outside institutions and the countries who are keen to work in the field of agricultural research and education. And I am sure with today's function and with the presence of our Honorable Secretary there and DG ICAR, the Joint Secretary and the Chancellor from ANASTU, will get the enough wisdom to further work together and build the relationship for strengthening our research and education program. So thank you very much. Welcome all of you once more.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Professor Anupam Verma to kindly brief on human resource development.
The Honorable Chief Guests of the function, Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra ji, Ms. Namgya Khampa ji, Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmadzai, Dr. A.K. Singh, Dr. IARI, Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean, IARI, Dr. J.P. Sharma ji, JD Extension IARI, Mr. Bhavesh Trivedi from the MEA, director in MEA and responsible for the project for us. Mr. Asmat Nabi Hotaki, he is the coordinator. I would like to name all of them who are sitting here because all of you have contributed immensely to this program of ANASTU, but time does not allow me to do so. So distinguished faculty, members of PG School IARI, I just don't say IARI because I also find other units of PG School. Dear students of IARI, how many of you are for doing PhD from Afghanistan? Can you raise your hands? Only 3? Okay, welcome. Dear students of ANASTU who are graduating today, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my heartiest congratulations to the second batch students for graduating today and completing your program very well. I'll come back to that. Let me first briefly, because some of you might not have heard about ANASTU before, let me tell you very briefly the landmarks in this program. The first action was taken by the MEA in 2012 by establishing a task force under the chairmanship of Professor M. S. Swaminathan. And that started looking into the program. The second landmark is February 15, 2014, when the ANASTU was inaugurated by the then President of Afghanistan in Kandahar. And on that day, one of our professors, Dr. Bera, delivered the inaugural lecture at that time, and then the students were brought in here. So I'm not going to details because again the time constraints. But this is a remarkable event for Afghanistan as well as for us, because ANASTU is the first agriculture university of Afghanistan. And that reminds us of the first agriculture university of India, which was established in 1960. The difference is that when we established Pantnagar University in 1960, we had the assistance of United States, and other universities also came in. And perhaps many of you may not know that it was after incubation of 10 years, and I say that 10 years or more because when Nehru went there in 1954, I was a young student of college waving flags. At that time the land was transferred, so actual university came in 60. But ANASTU is remarkable because the land was given in 2014 and it was not 2014, 2013, and it was inaugurated without any incubation period in 2014. So we had for our university an incubation period of about 6-7 years, and here it starts now. So actually you are going through the incubation period, Mr. Chancellor of ANASTU. So the next landmark was the graduation of first batch of MSc Agronomy of ANASTU in 2016. Within a matter of short span, you could graduate. I think that I could not find any parallel of such an achievement anywhere in the world. It's not just question a year. So my congratulations to ANASTU for getting that done. Many of those students are actually now doing PhD. Some are in IARI and some have gone to other countries. The next landmark is today, when we are second batch is graduating. And I would like to say that they have done very well. In fact, already a mention has been made for the good work which you have done, and I must congratulate you that average OGPA of the students is more than 8. So you can imagine that how well they must have performed. This is because of the dedication which they showed, concentration in their studies, and what are the program which has been developed for them. Apart from that, they have done research on varied crops, soybean, wheat, mung bean, maize, and I had the chance of looking into the data which these people have produced. I'm sure this will be verified by ANASTU, and that data shows that the productivity of these crops, other crops, I've just listed 4 here, will improve at least 2-fold if only their result is taken into account. And I say that's another achievement for the students who have done their good work. And I'm sure they'll follow it up. And they are busy in writing papers. Some of the manuscripts I have seen. Thank you very much for sharing that. I'm sure you will get good publications out of it. So what next? Just I can say it's right from hot from the oven that the third batch will come here in November this year. That is MSc Agronomy third batch. We'll give you actual date later, Mr. Hotake. I know you are looking for that. We are also establishing tele-education facility. We have the tele-education people here, so we are hopeful that that will also start this year. We also hope to start the first stakeholders meeting for the establishment of a genetic garden of Afghanistan in ANASTU. And that, Madam, is a very important development, because ANASTU has already put landmarks for it, and this task force meeting will determine the future course of action so that it becomes a self-sustaining activity there. In 2019, new courses are going to start, 3 new courses, as per the approvals at the moment. One is in horticulture, another is plant protection, and in animal husbandry, which will be done at IARI. I must say I missed a landmark, very important landmark in between, the moment IARI name came. In April 2016, under the direction of Dr. Mohapatra ji, one MOU was signed between ANASTU and ICAR, which provides for academic contribution, unlimited academic contribution of ICAR. So it's all ICAR institute. The MOU is between ICAR and ANASTU. So there have been lots of challenges which have been overcome, which Dr. B.K. Singh and his associates know very well. I will give you just one challenge which we are not able to overcome, and that is to send chemicals to Afghanistan, a distance of only 500 plus kilometers, because neither the air nor the surface freight, and we are still working on it. So this is one challenge which, Madam, we have to overcome, because in Afghanistan chemicals are not available. And if chemicals are not available, research cannot be done there. So that's one of the challenge. Another challenge which is there is that I've said, it's a remarkable achievement. The first batch in 2 years or 2 years, few months. The second batch another 2 years, few months. What we need to do is to have a batch every year to maintain the academic year regularity. And that's a challenge which we have to find ways of doing it. We also need to develop a timeline for ANASTU and determine a date when ANASTU will become self-sustaining. The only requirement there is that they have to have faculty with PhDs. I'm happy the faculties for agronomy have come, but there is need for faculty for PhDs in all the subjects which you plan to do. In this, I would like to also inform you that, in fact, Dr. Mohapatra ji, when the Chancellor met him last year, I hope you remember, Dr. Mohapatra, meeting with him in 2017, last year, and he promised 10 slots of fellowships for ANASTU. And all those 10 slots were filled up. 2 could not join, so we'll pass on those slots to other members. That has been a great help. This is just to give you a brief, what is happening. But I have a long list of thanks to say, although it's not that thanks taking away from Dr. Jain, which is going to come later. First of all, Dr. M. Swaminathan, his guidance. I received a mail from him asking me to congratulate ANASTU and all the students for graduating today. He has been in constant touch as to what progress is being done. He is the chairman of the task force. Then I would like to thank the DGs, because it has not been easy to get things moving. Initially Dr. Ayappan, but then Dr. Mohapatra. I don't want to say, but the way the things could move, it would not have been possible if we did not have the direction and support from them. Then our directors, Dr. H.S. Gupta initially when the program started, and then now Dr. A.K. Singh and he didn't mention, it's always yes from his side for whatever is being done for ANASTU. Thank you very much, Dr. Singh, for this. Dean Dr. R.K. Jain, he is actually the main person who is carrying forward every moment of the program. Program could not have moved without Dr. Jain. Miss Namgya Khampa, she has come to the program or this position recently, but she has been very positive in helping. She has had a meeting in Kabul in which the program was discussed. I was shared the information yesterday that what decisions have been taken, and those decisions will be great help to the program, undoubtedly. So thank you very much, ma'am. Then I would like to thank Mr. Bhavesh Trivedi ji, the director MEA. Bhavesh ji, hand raise करिए जैसे लोग आपको देख सकें. He is the silent mover of the program, and he has been helping the program for as long as I know, or my association with the program. Thank you very much, and we hope to receive your help and directions all the time. I would also like to thank Dr. Vinod Singh and Dr. Shive. Dr. Shive has been taking the main burden of all the academic activities of the program in agronomy, and your colleagues, Dr. Shive. I don't find many of them here. I was hoping that, are you here? Very few. Very few. My list is very long. Anyway, thank you very much to you, and also convey thanks to your colleagues for good work which has been done. All the progress which I have said could not have been done without you. Dr. B.S. Dwivedi and his colleagues. Soil, the understanding of soils of these students and the practicals which they have done in soils, I am sure that will be very useful for them in the long run. I would also like to thank Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad has not come with statistics. I'm sorry, okay. But I would like to mention especially to Dr. Mohapatra ji that the classes which have been taken in statistics in a very short 3-week course, the grinding has been thorough, which has been a great help to the students, isn't it? Clap for Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Yes. You must know to thank people who have been helping you, isn't it? Then I would also like to thank people who have done the hard work which was very difficult to do. Manoj Khanna and his colleagues in getting those farm implements, getting them, purchasing them, procuring and transporting them. He has been a great help. I would also like to thank other professors who have worked for the future course to come. Dr. Viren Banwal, raise your hands please, Dr. Banwal. He helped in development courses for plant protection. Dr. Bera, Professor Vegetables, I do not know whether he's here, for horticulture. Dr. Anil Sirohi for nematology. And Dr. R.K. Singh, of course he is not here, Director IARI for Animal Sciences. These are the 3 new areas which are going to emerge. And then I would also like to thank the colleagues in the Directorate and PG School and at the PMU, the little section. Katoch is here, and all your help. Thank you very much for doing that. This I am doing thanks from my side. So with this I end, and I congratulate heartily all the students who are graduating now and wish you great success. Thank you very much. You know the message which I gave you earlier, that you have to revive the glory of Afghanistan agriculture, and that you will do, and that you have promised. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmadzai, Chancellor ANASTU, Kandahar, Afghanistan, to kindly give the remark.
our chief guest today, Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra, Honorable Joint Secretary, Ms. Namgya Khampa, Director IARI, Mr. A.K. Singh, Dean IARI, Dr. R.K. Jain, Coordinator of Professor Anupam Verma, Coordinator of ANASTU Asmat Nabi, Member of Academic Community, Member of Press, graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day. Our students are graduating here today, and you have come here to support them. On behalf of them, I thank you. And on behalf of the university, thank you too. Because we support our students, you are also supporting us. It's a great pleasure that I welcome you all to our second graduation ceremony. This is a historical occasion of being the second most important landmark occasion in the history of ANASTU. May I therefore take this opportunity to congratulate all the graduates of the second batch of MS Agronomy for completing their successfully. I would like to also congratulate all the guardians, teachers, and everyone else who in one way or the other contributed to your success. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy that we have a student from all parts of Afghanistan in this August congregations. Among the 19 students enrolled for the second batch of MS Agronomy, 18 will graduate today. Because Mr. Abdul Hamid is not here with us today. He passed away on January 24, 2018 after a long struggle with illness. He was an individual with great soul and a true servant of the country, serving as a lecturer at Kandahar University. We have also lost one of the brightest young leader in Afghanistan, the former deputy governor of Kandahar, Mr. Abdul Ali Shamsi, who had graced the first graduation ceremony of ANASTU with his presence and words of wisdom 2 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our national and provincial government, the government of India, the Indian Council for Agricultural Research, ICAR, CG in Kandahar, the Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI, local partners and our friends for their dedicated supports. I also thank the University Council and its committees, the Vice Chancellor, and senior management staffs, and students for growing the university from the time it was chartered in February 2014 till today. I wish to assure the founder of Afghanistan National Agriculture, Science and Technology University that ANASTU is in a good standing, as evidenced by recently getting approval from Ministry of Higher Education to establish 3 new departments, namely horticulture, plant protection, and animal husbandry. To this end, I appreciate the sustained interest by the government of India and the Ministry of Higher Education Afghanistan for this university as it matures. The university has a strong foundation to successfully implement its strategic plan for transforming ANASTU into an excellent institution engaged in contributing to the development of our nation and beyond. We are very fortunate to be associated with ICAR and IARI. And these associations indeed adds a great value to the MS course of ANASTU, because IARI, being one of the premier agricultural research institutions in India, I wish to have your support in future as well, as we embark on starting the new degree program in associations with IARI in IVRI. At this stage, I wish to thank Professor Anupam Verma, advisor ANASTU program, for the solid support given since the inception of this university. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution of various dignitaries of MEA India. In the final words, I would like to say that the Afghan economy has always been agriculture, despite the fact that only 12% of its total land is arable land. From that, 6% is currently cultivated. Agriculture production is constrained by an almost total dependence on erratic winter snows in spring rain for water. It's therefore essential that funding from the government of Afghanistan and government of India continues to help transform this sector and ANASTU especially. I hope you will wish to continue to support ANASTU in many different ways, and I shall look forward to meeting you at event as such. Once again, I congratulate you all and wish you the very best in your endeavors. Much is expected of you. I have every confidence that each and every one of you will excel in your chosen path. Be good role models of ANASTU. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your remark. May I now invite Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, to kindly give the remark.
Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra, Secretary, Department of Agricultural Research and Education and Director General of ICAR. Dr. Khalid Mohammad Ahmedzai, Chancellor of Afghanistan National Agricultural Sciences and Technology University, ANASTU. Dr. A.K. Singh, Director of IARI. Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean of IARI, and Professor Anupam Verma, Advisor of the ANASTU program, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends from Afghanistan, good afternoon. I thank IARI for inviting me to attend this ceremony that marks the graduation of this batch of 18 Master of Science students of ANASTU. I extend my heartiest congratulations to the graduating students. Today is another important milestone in the nascent journey of ANASTU as an institution for agricultural research and training in Afghanistan. The Government of India is proud to be associated with its founding and establishment as the first of its kind agricultural research institution in Afghanistan. As many of you are aware, the genesis goes back to exchanges and discussions between IARI and stakeholders in Afghanistan in 2012 that gave concrete shape to the idea of setting up this university, ANASTU, and a task force under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Professor M.S. Swaminathan was constituted, as Professor Verma pointed out, in 2013 to guide the implementation of this initiative. The Ministry of External Affairs has collaborated with the Department of Agricultural Research and Education and the IARI, as well as the Government of Afghanistan, to translate this initial idea into reality. Today, the second batch of scholars have completed their training in India and are graduating, and the students of the first batch that graduated in June 2016 did so after 8 months of training. I'm happy to share that the Ministry of External Affairs is also in the process of extending funding support for the third batch of scholars to come to India shortly for their on-site training at IARI. In addition to capacity building and equipment supplies, we are also looking at other measures to support the development and growth of ANASTU including tele-education facility at ANASTU, as was mentioned earlier. The cooperation between India and Afghanistan for supporting the growth of ANASTU is an integral part of our development assistance to Afghanistan. India regards bilateral development cooperation as a key pillar of the close and strategic partnership between our two countries. Afghanistan is a close friend of India. We're committed to partner the people and government of Afghanistan in their nation-building journey to pursue a secure, peaceful, and prosperous country. Under the ambitious bilateral new development partnership framework announced last year, and India's commitment of $2 billion in bilateral development assistance to Afghanistan, we will continue to undertake projects that contribute to the social, economic, infrastructure, and human resource development of Afghanistan and its people. Capacity building is a key pillar of our development outreach to Afghanistan. At present, over 2,600 scholarships are offered to Afghan students annually, including 614 agricultural fellowships. ANASTU is a concrete example of the potential and possibilities in agricultural cooperation between the two countries. In closing, I am delighted to see our joint effort and the hard work of students and faculty members both here at IARI as well as in ANASTU bear fruit today with this graduation ceremony. I assure you of the Ministry of External Affairs' full support in the development of ANASTU as an institution of excellence in Afghanistan, and we look forward to many more milestones in this journey of ANASTU. I wish the students graduating today every success in your new endeavors, and I hope that all of you will be torchbearers for the cooperation and friendship between our two great countries. I also take this opportunity to thank IARI and the Department of Agricultural Research and Education for their unstinting support and cooperation to this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I request Dr. T. Mohapatra, Secretary DRE and DG ICAR and Chief Guest of today's function to kindly distribute a transcript to the student of ANASTU. So I want to call the first student, that is Firoz Baba Zoe. Firoz Baba Zoe. Shafiqullah Bahadari. Shafiqullah Bahadari. Khalil Rahman Barakzai. Khalil Rahman Barakzai. Muhammad Hasham Danish. Muhammad Hasham Danish. Muhammad Ali Manandoi. Muhammad Ali Manandoi. Sayyid Hamidullah Muzaffari. Sayyid Hamidullah Muzaffari. Ghulam Habib Noori. Ghulam Habib Noori. Yama Noori. Yama Noori. Ehsanullah Pashtun. Ehsanullah Pashtun. Muhammad Firoz Sarwari. Muhammad Firoz Sarwari. Abdul Bari Shamsi. Abdul Bari Shamsi. Raz Muhammad Satori. Raz Muhammad Satori. Muhammad Khan Wasifi. Muhammad Khan Wasifi. Burhanuddin Vikar. Burhanuddin Vikar. Fida Muhammad Zaki. Fida Muhammad Zaki. Khalilullah Zirial. Sir, merit certificate. Now I would like to call the best student of ANASTU for overall outstanding performance, Mr. Mumtaz Baryal. Thank you so much, dignitary. Thank you so much. Now, I request our chief guest of today's function, Dr. T. Mohapatra, for the chief guest address.
Very good afternoon to everyone present in this hall. Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Dr. Khal Mohammad Amjad, Chancellor ANASTU. Dr. A.K. Singh, Deputy Director General, Agricultural Extension, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and Director and Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean and Joint Director Education, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, many dignitaries of the dais, the directors of other ICAR institutes, and also the representative from the External Affairs Ministry of Government of India, also Afghanistan, and other agencies who are present here today. the staff and students of the Indian Agriculture Research Institute, and most importantly, the students who are going to receive, who had already received degrees after their 2 years of study in the area of agronomy, students of ANASTU, and let's give them a big hand for their successful completion of study, culminating in receiving degrees today. And we had this program earlier for the first batch, and today we are extremely happy to see that the second batch has completed the process, the coursework, the research, thesis writing, and all the aspects, and 18 of them receiving degree. Unfortunately, one passing away, and we are extremely sorry for him. This is something which is painful. A youngster is a prime age to aspire for good things in life and also do something for the country, and he has been snatched away, and we deeply mourn his passing away. And also at the same time, we in India, as it was said, stand solidly behind Afghanistan, the government of Afghanistan, to fight against terrorism and other forms of unwanted activities, which not only destabilizes Afghanistan but also the region. Afghanistan has been very close to the heart of India. We have been friends. We have excellent relationships, and that relationships would continue. ANASTU is a bright example of our working together. It is a successful venture in the direction of building agriculture in Afghanistan. Afghanistan has a plenty of opportunities and potential to build its agriculture, sustain itself with regard to food and also nutritional security, which are of prime concern. And given the challenges that we are facing in Afghanistan and in the region, India stands solidly behind, rather by the side of Afghanistan, to take the course forward. And this is what Honorable M.S. Swaminathan has been talking about for a pretty long time. And thanks to the Ministry of External Affairs, Ms. Khampa is here today, and earlier her colleagues, and also the Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, for in fact being a very solid partner in building this relationship. Without support of MEA and approval of MEA, such a relationship cannot be built. And obviously, the Ministry of External Affairs, the current leadership as well as the earlier leadership, with their farsightedness, they have supported this program and enabled us, the Department of Agriculture Research and Education, the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and also the Indian Agricultural Research Institute, to go ahead with the program and help Afghanistan in the process. So this success is being replicated elsewhere, as it was mentioned in Myanmar, in the form of an advanced center for agriculture research and education, which is another example of a success, and how joining hands between departments in the country are also working hand in glove, hand in hand with other foreign governments to make things happen. And if one visits ICAR today and looks at the way the capacity building is happening there, our faculty going there and teaching students, and that reminds us that the India's kind of fight with food insecurity and how we have been able to address, and India's problems with the human resource in 1950s and 60s. And as Professor Verma was talking about, India seeking support of the United States of America to build universities here. While we go back in time in our task of building this relationship and then infrastructure and human resource in Afghanistan and Myanmar, we are also replicating the same story there, so that they also come up. Our story of success in the field of agriculture today dates back to those days while we are taking support from elsewhere and building our own resources, building our own capacity. And today, India is not only self-sufficient to feed 1.3 billion plus population, but also exporting. So we believe very strongly that this support that we are providing to build capacities in Myanmar and Afghanistan today, very elaborately and eloquently, and that would certainly would make Afghanistan self-sufficient and self-reliant in terms of everything that they need in the area of agriculture and animal husbandry and allied sectors, but also support even other countries who would be lagging behind as India is doing today. I congratulate those who have received degrees today. This is a hard-earned degree. The Indian Agricultural Research Institute, which set its journey in the year 1905, more than 100 years, is known for its education program, not only in the country but also globally. The quality of human resource which is developed at this particular institution is recognized, is appreciated, and they not only are contributing to build agricultural research, education and extension in the country, but also immensely contributing to global agriculture research and development through the CG centers, the CGIAR centers, where the Indian experts are immensely contributing to development of technologies. Also in the food and agriculture organization system, the FAO system, the World Bank, and also in other countries. So that is the kind of contribution of this institution, and anyone coming here and receiving degrees from this institution and getting trained and getting exposed to the expertise available in this institution is a matter of great pride and also a great privilege. There is a great deal of competition to come to this institution in India. The best of talents, and you can imagine that about close to 200,000 candidates compete to get entry into this institution to do their degrees. I am talking of the total students who write the exams, and in a particular department like agronomy, at the most 5 to 6, maximum 10 students get entry in one particular year to do master's degree. It's a cutthroat competition to get entry into this institution to get degrees. And also those who enter there, they have assured future. Wherever they go, whether it is research, whether they go for civil service in the form of administrative service, police service, revenue service, and so on and so forth of Government of India, or they go for other modes and models which are available in this country, they are the ones who come at the top. So that's the kind of quality, name, stature associated with this premier organization. And that's the reason why I say that you are fortunate to be a part of this legacy, part of this rich tradition, because here is the institution where every year in the month of February the convocation happens, and that is happening without any deviation. And Professor Anupam Verma also has been part of this tradition, rich tradition, who has preserved this, and also now guiding and helping, advising how ANASTU can come up and how students of ANASTU can become part of this rich tradition that this institute takes pride in. So this is what makes us so happy today. It's a great pleasure to be here, and at the same time I must mention the forward-looking attitude of the government of Afghanistan, because you can't do if the other hand doesn't come forward. You can't shake hands, and that's the best part of it. The government of Afghanistan has come forward to shake hands, to stay together, join hands, and build, and actually provide us opportunity to help, and that's the great thing. And we appreciate the government of Afghanistan, and we thank that this opportunity has been given to us to do whatever possible on our part. And thanks to Chancellor, the previous and the current, those who have been responsible for making this happen, the 21 earlier receiving degrees and 18 today, and this is a great moment. a satisfying moment. So obviously, when we together teaching, guiding research and building this human resource, we have great expectation from this, both countries. And this expectation is that Afghanistan's agricultural future is built, and built in your own hands, and you demonstrate how you can have a successful, agriculturally rich and successful Afghanistan tomorrow. And that's the kind of responsibility, that's the kind of responsibility you are charged with this degree which was handed over to you today. And I very strongly believe that while you will be going back to your own country, you will be very effectively utilizing the knowledge that you have gained during this course of 2 years period, and that should help your country immensely, and that also help in fact rebuild and re-strengthen our own relationships that that has been built. And in the process, India and Indian Council of Agriculture Research and the two departments who have joined hands would certainly be going extra miles to provide further support and information, knowledge and backstopping whatever way possible to do whatever you want to do for your country so that Afghanistan's agriculture flourishes. As I was talking about the challenges, time is limiting, I have already taken time. The challenges in terms of the ecology that we have. In this country, we also have similar kind of ecology in certain parts. Exactly identical it may not be, but certainly our experience in dealing with similar kind of ecology would certainly help Afghanistan. We have been able to build human resource in agronomy, and certainly Afghanistan's ecology requires human resource in the field of horticulture, which has tremendous scope in Afghanistan. And similarly, animal husbandry. Afghanistan again has a tremendous opportunity and potential in the field of animal husbandry. And when you deal with crops, certainly crop protection is another important component. Given the climate change, given the emergence of new races of the pathogen and organisms which are having devastating effects on crops, emerging very fast, and how do we deal with them? So while discussing in our previous meetings, we chose these 3 additional subjects very carefully so that while building Afghanistan's agriculture, we must build capacity in these areas. Otherwise, it would not be a complete story and we would be still lagging behind despite having agronomists. Agronomists are supposed to know all aspects at least a little bit. And that's the reason why first focus was on agronomy. But I believe in this era of specialization and the kind of complexity of the issues, the dimension of problems that the world agriculture and Afghanistan's agriculture in particular are facing. So these areas are required to be focused on and emphasized upon, and we need to build human resource. And at the same time, mention was made that the Afghanistan's biodiversity needs also to be preserved and conserved. In that ecological niche, the kind of a diversity that flourishes in our mad rush in the direction of developing agriculture, we should not be losing them. Not only just preserve them, conserve them for future, as a rich legacy, we should also be evaluating them and utilizing them for Afghanistan's agriculture. If we say a successful Afghanistan agriculture for tomorrow, this biodiversity will be the driver of it. And how do we actually conserve and utilize and use that as a resource to inform and educate not only the scientists and faculty, but also public and students at large. And that requires a special effort, which has been already described. So I believe that these are the kind of areas which need to be actually focused on and supported, which are under consideration. As we go along, we would be certainly moving in that direction. Teaching has been a constraint. We have been going, our faculty has been visiting Myanmar and providing teaching and imparting teaching there to the students. And at a time, 3 or 4, even 5 faculty members staying there for more than a month and doing theory and practical exams being conducted and doing everything. But that is a constraint with regard to Afghanistan. So obviously teaching and using all information communication technology tools that are available today, and how do we actually make use of. That's another area that needs emphasis, and I'm sure quickly we'll move in that direction very fast. And while we are doing so, when the next batch comes, which we have decided that they will be coming, we will certainly expand to other areas and aspects which will take some time, but which is important, that this continued effort of building human resource and building, in fact, the capacity there itself with more of PhD, because MSc is the starting point for research. What is required is more number of PhD in different subjects, and that area requires quite a bit of elaboration and focus. So I am told some are here, students, and large number of students, and they are coming here are being supported by MEA, and I strongly believe that we should be able to attract more of PhD, particularly faculty who can come here and spend time and again do part of research there and partly here. And we should be able to actually strengthen, because it's a longer period. Learning process, in fact, gets further strengthened, is more enriched, and that would actually help Afghanistan, and they themselves can actually internally build capacities when they go back. And that would be actually greater focus would be required in future in that particular area. So without going further, I believe many colleagues, Dr. Burma has already thanked many, and actually my duty is profusely thank him, because when I was director of this institute, and there were some bottlenecks, and we were discussing how to really circumvent them and move faster, and that is what we used to discuss. So that culminated into signing of MOU, and that happened when I moved to the Krishi Bhavan, and which was initiated that time when I was here. And also, more importantly, the kind of support we got from MEA. Mr. Oves has been a constant person there that time as well as now. Thanks, Bhavesh, for you are the second person who should be thanked actually profusely, in addition to Professor Burma, on my side, because you have been in all meetings and every time you are there. Certainly you can't operate unless you have the higher ups supporting you and everyone who have been there. And previously, what is his name, Joint Secretary, who is now Subbarao, who is Subaraidu, and he is now in Africa. The other day he came, he is High Commissioner somewhere, he is Ambassador, Peru. So he came the other day, Mr. Subaraidu. So he was also very supportive of the program, and also now we have Ms. Khampa. The other day we discussed and about the ICAR program, Myanmar program, and she also is providing support. And also in the previous program we have Mr. Sinha in the Secretary, formerly Ambassador. So he was also highly supportive for this program, and so this is from my side, from the Department of Agriculture, Research and Education. I place on record that this is, always we keep talking about the collaboration between departments, and here is one collaboration between two departments of Government of India, which is a very successful collaborative model that we have built, and this must be actually elaborately reported, recorded, documented appropriately, and that we should go and then plan it out, how do we take it further. But I believe that this model, and the other day when Mr. Jaishankar was there, I did discuss with him once, and also in one of the programs I had a discussion with Mr. Gokhale, and I have written also regarding many other kind of things which we are engaged with. External affairs support is very essential, and in particularly Africa program, and I believe that those programs will also be strengthened as we go along. And this coming to the last part, I always count on students. I taught here at this institute for 20 years, and I know this value and strength of good teaching and good learning in the process, and that's such a big strength, and I wish all of you all the very best. The knowledge that you have gained will be immensely utilized by you in your country, and once you stand up, you have your own roots, and certainly Afghanistan will gain immensely. And all of you, I wish a very bright future, and stay tuned, stay connected, and stay blessed, and wish you all a very long, happy life, personal life, family life, and also in a country where the agriculture is flourishing. Your future is also should flourish, and you go happily in that direction and build your own future and your own career while building Afghanistan's agriculture. And I thank all the faculty who have contributed so much in building their future, making coursework, taking rigorously the classes, guiding them, and then helping them to write their thesis and to come up to this stage. And thanks to everyone, and ultimately thanks to Dr. R.K. Jain on my own behalf, and Dr. A.K. Singh, Director IARI, for making this happen. And thanks a lot, my dear colleagues and friends who are present here.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Azmat Hotake, Coordinator ANASTU, for appreciation letter distribution.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of ANASTU, Dr. Khan Mohammad Ahmadzai, Chancellor ANASTU, would like to present a token of appreciation to the dignitaries on the dais in recognition of their valuable contributions rendered in support of the second batch of MSc Agronomy of ANASTU. First, I would like to request Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra, Director ICAR, to come forward and get his token of appreciation from Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai. Then I would like to request Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary MEA India, to come forward and collect the token of appreciation. Next, I would like to call the Dr. A.K. Singh, Director IARI, to come forward and collect the token of appreciation. Then I would like to call Professor Anupam Verma, Advisor ANASTU Program and the visionary behind the success of ANASTU Program, to be presented a token of appreciation. Next, I would like to call Dr. R.K. Jain, Dean IRI, to come forward and collect the token of appreciation. Last but not the least, Mr. Bhavesh Trivedi, Director MEA India, to come forward to the dais and collect the token of appreciation from Mr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai. We will also be presenting a letter of appreciations to the esteemed faculty of IRI later this afternoon for their hard work and valuable contributions rendered in support and success of the second batch of MSc Agronomy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our Director IRI, Dr. A.K. Singh, to kindly do the honor of presenting a shawl as a mark of affection and acknowledgement to Dr. T. Mohapatra, Chief Guest of today's function. I again request Director Sir to present a shawl to Ms. Namgya Khampa, Joint Secretary MEA. Now I request our Dean Dr. R.K. Jain to kindly present a shawl to Dr. Khal Muhammad Ahmad Zai, Chancellor ANASTU. I again request Dean Sir to kindly present a shawl to Dr. A.K. Singh, Director IRI. To present a shawl to Dr. Anupam Verma. Advisor ANASTU and former Dean IRI. Everything that has a beginning has an end, but the end should be happy one. As we stay here, we say there is no sky without a star. A function like today cannot be done single-handedly. It's time to acknowledge those who worked behind the curtain. Now, I request R.K. Jain, Dean IRI, to present formal vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon. In fact, my job has been made very easy by the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, But nevertheless, on behalf of the Institute and on my own behalf, I record my sincere thanks and appreciation to all our invited guests for responding to our invitation and for their gracious presence. We certainly feel the absence of Professor M.S. Swaminathan, the chairman task force constituted by MEA. In fact, he has been the guiding force for this entire program. Also, I extend my heartiest congratulations and felicitation to the students who received their hard-earned transcripts, especially to Mumtaz Baryal, the topper of this batch actually. As DG rightly said, now you are charged with the responsibility for building a strong technical cadre in your own country on return. With this, I thank you all again. Thank you so much actually.
हाजिरी लगाने ना
Thank you so much.